Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and in this video I will show you how you can make this type of animation. So here you can see the animation, that is when I will move my cursor. So this round element is moving with my cursor. So this video actually I'm already made in Angular, but here I'm making this video in JavaScript because JavaScript and Angular there is a little bit of difference. So this why I'm making this video in Angular, and here I will explain very easy way. So after watching this video you can understand how it's works. And now guys, if you find this video is helpful to you, so please don't forget to like this video and subscribe my channel to get more this type of update. So guys, first of all, here I will open my Visual Studio Code Editor. So guys, here you can see I have opened index.html file and style.css file. So this is external CSS, and this CSS link I have added here already. And now guys, first of all, here I will create this circle element which was moving with my cursor. So for that, here I will write deep, and here I will write an ID name. You can write anything, but here I will ID name write that is cursor. And now close div tag. Okay, and now guys, here I will add some CSS, but before that, here I will write the body tag, and here I will write padding 0, margin also a 0, and background color. So the background color I will add that is 222. So that means guys, when I will save and if I check the browser, so here you can see it's added this grayish color in whole of this page because I have added this grayish color in body tag. So now here I will copy this ID, and this one is ID. So here I will write this hashtag and the ID name. If it would be a class name, so I would write here dot, but it's a ID, so I have written the hashtag and the ID name. And now here I will create the round circle. So first of all, here I will write that is height is 50 pixel, and now width is also 50 pixel, and border radius 50%. That will make this element round. When the height and width will be the same, so that time if you write border radius 50%, so that means this will be a round element. Okay, and now here I will write border. So border 4 pixel solid, and the border color. So first of all, here I will add any color code, that is triple F, that is white color. And now here when I will hover on this, so here it will open the color panel, and from here I can choose any color. So here I will choose this yellow color. And now here I will write another CSS property, that is position is absolute. So that means guys, when I will move my cursor, this element will move with my cursor, so that is floating. So when we want to float any element, so that time we write it position absolute. So now if I save and refresh, so here we can see the cursor, this element in top left corner. Okay, so now here I will add another CSS, that is after. So I will copy this ID cursor, and here I will write after. So when we write after and before, so that time first of all we are to write content is blank. Okay, and now this will be moved with my cursor, that means it will be also floated. So now here I will write the position is absolute, and now here I will write height is 10 pixel, and also width is 10 pixel, and here I will make it round also. So here I will write border radius is 50%, and here I will add the background color. So background color I will add this same color whatever I have added in cursor. Okay, so now save, and here if I refresh, so you can see this element is showing in this on this circle. Okay, so but here I will bring this element in the middle. So for that, here I will write top 50%, left 50%, and transform translate, that is minus 50%, comma minus 50%. So that means this element will bring into middle, because top 50%, that means it will come in from 50% from top, 50% from left, and this one is the same, that means minus 50% from top and bottom, and minus 50% from left and right. This one and this one is the same, like, but this property make it strong. Okay, so that's why I have added this CSS property also. So now if I save and refresh, so you can see this this one is now in middle. And now here I will add another CSS property, that is cursor pointer. This cursor pointer CSS property, what it does, that is when I'm hovering on this cursor on this element, So here you can see it's showing nothing, but after refreshing, if I hover, so you can see it's showing the hand icon. Okay, so this is the cursor pointer. And now guys, it's a done, design is part is done. And now when I will move my cursor, so with my cursor this element will move. So that means here two things you have to be noticed. So which method, when we click, so that time we write on click method in JavaScript, but when we hover we write on hover method. But here when I will move my mouse cursor, so that is mouse move event, I mean on mouse move event. So this is you I think you have understand, it's a on mouse move event. But where when we write a click event, so that time maximum time we write it in button, because when we click a button, so that time we want to perform anything, so that's why we write click event, hover event in button or anywhere. But here when I will move this cursor in this body tag, so that time this pointer will move with my cursor. So this body tag, it's a document actually, or actually it's a window. So when I will move this cursor in window, so that time this element will move with my cursor. So that means it's a window dot mouse move event. So here now I will write the script tag. So in the body below, I mean above this body tag, here I will add script tag, and here I will write window dot on mouse move event equals to function, because it's a function, and parenthesis. So here you can write function like this way, otherwise you can write the fate arrow function also. Okay, so now here if I write console dot log and window dot event, so that means guys what it should return in console. So here I will explain first of all. So here I have written window dot mouse move. That means when I will move in my mouse in this window, so that time it will perform whatever I have written in this method. And here in this method I have written window dot event. So that means when I will move my mouse cursor on this window, so that time it will return in console the event name, what event is performing in this window. So here that it will return. So now here if I open this console, here if I open console and now refresh, so now when I will move, so it's not working. So here I will save again. So here you can see now when I'm moving my cursor in this window, so here it's returning the mouse move event, because it's a mouse move event. Okay, and if I would click here, so it would return click event, but it will not return click event because I specified this the event name, that is on mouse move. That means when I will just move my mouse on this window, so that time it will return the event, and it will return the mouse move event, because when I'm moving my mouse, here you can see it's a event is mouse event, and here you will find all the property of this event. So now guys you can find the property what I need, but I know here it's a page X and page Y property. Here you can see this page X and page Y property. So this page X means it's a width of my cursor position. I mean suppose my cursor is here, so that position it's returning page X. I mean what is the width of this position in my cursor, and page Y that's returning where is what is the height of this of my cursor's position. So that's returning by page X and page Y property. So I need page X and page Y property. So here I will write, suppose in the string format, if I write here height, and here if I write dot page X, sorry page Y, and now again in the console if I write that is width and page X. So now let's check it. So if I close and refresh, so here you can see it's returning the height and width of my cursor's position. So now you can see the console and see the mouse cursor. So if I move my mouse cursor here, so you can see it's returning the height and width of my cursor. So the same height and same width if I set this element, so that means where my cursor will be, so there the element will be the same position. Like guys, suppose in this tile, so now if I write top and top is 20 pixel, so that means this element will show after 20 pixel from top. You can see here. So that means here I can set left and top. So that means this, if I set the left and top, so that means by the left and top's property value, so the cursor will move. So that means, say here you can see when I'm moving my cursor, so I'm getting the height and width of this cursor's position. So the same position, if I write in left and right, that means guys, top and right, left, that means top is the height and left is the width. So same position if I add in this element, so that means with my cursor this element will also move. So now here I have to be now manipulate the DOM property of this cursor. So here I will copy this id name cursor, and here first of all I will write a variable that is cursor equals to, and now here I will write document dot get element by id, and the id is this cursor. Okay, so now here I have to be at the this left and top property, and the left and top properties value will be my cursor's position, height and width. Okay, so now how I can add, that is here first of all I will write cursor dot style dot left equals to, here I have to be at left means the width, okay, and top means the height. So here width, left means width, so same width, this because this page X was returning my cursor width, so the same width if I add this in this left property of this element, so whatever where will my cursor, so the same property value it's added in the left. Okay, and now here I will write here top instead of left, and here I will write is y. So now it's a done actually. So I will remove from this console and save, and here I will close this console also and refresh. So here you can see when I'm moving, so you can see the same cursor position is adding on this element. So with my cursor this element is moving, but here I have to be at another thing, that is you can see this cursor is not in the middle, this cursor pointer is not in the middle in this element. So for that, here this element size, here you can see 50 and width is 50 pixel. So for that it's not a middle. Okay, here I will show you again, that is it's not a middle. So this cursor position if I set minus 25, so that means it will be the same. So here I will write that is minus 25, and here also minus 25, so it will be the same, it will be the middle. So here you can see now I'm moving, so the element is in the middle. Okay, so and now guys another thing I have to be add, that is when I'm moving my cursor, so this element is moving but not smoothly. So for making it smoothly, so here I have to be add some animation, that is transition timing function, that is in out, and the transition duration. So transition duration, so that will be 0.01 s. So that means when I will move this mouse pointer, so that time this element will move by with this duration whatever I said, 0.01 s. So save, and now here you can see now it's a moving. smoothly. So here you can add this value 0.1s, so it will move more smoothly and slowly. You can see here, so you can set as per your choice what it will perfect, so you can set that. And another thing, when I'm refreshing, so here you can see the cursor is this element is showing by default. But first of all, so guys, first of all I will hide this element when I will start to move this cursor pointer, so that time I will display this element. So for that, first of all here I will write that is display none. Okay, so that means first of all by default this cursor will be hide. When I will start to move this pointer, so the cursor will be display. So here in this method, that means when I will just move my mouse, so that time the cursor will be display. So here I will write cursor dot style dot display, and here I will write the display property, that is block. Okay, so now save and refresh. So here when I'm starting to move it, so it's a displaying. And if I refresh, so here you can see it's this element, it's not showing by default. Okay, because suppose my cursor is not in this window, so if it would show this element by default, so it was not good. So for that, first of all by default is none, display none. When I will move this cursor on this window, so it's a display block. Here you can see. So hope guys you have understand, and if you find this video is helpful, so don't forget to like this video and please subscribe and press the notification bell icon to get more update.